Hello everybody, welcome back. So last video that I'll be making in this kind of environment, so hopefully you can bear with me. Mind you, I did notice that yesterday's video got watched quite a lot. No thumbnail, terrible production value. There's no rhyme or reason to what goes on YouTube for me. I just can't get my head around it. Right, so today's video, XRP. I can sense the frustration for some reason. People are a bit annoyed at XRP, considering it's only doubled or effectively tripled since, from its lows. There's nothing to be upset about. I mean, that is pretty good going. And for it to hold its value throughout this pullback, this consolidation, and I say hold its value, I mean, obviously it's down from its absolute peak, but to be up so significantly from its lows is a good deal. So this on the 4 hourly, we've got some hidden bearish divergence. So don't be surprised to see this revisit some of the sweeping that 200 exponential basically, which is just above $2. So like $2.08 really. Don't be at all surprised to see it come down to there before it starts to go back up again. The Bollinger Bands are pinching really tightly now. In fact, let's just measure the range. When you get Bollinger Bands pinch like this after such explosive and volatile moves, it means that another big move is coming. So the hope is that it's going to explode to the up. We're going to have to look for evidence for that. But yeah, we've got a 5% range on the 4 hourly Bollinger Bands. So yeah, when they pinch, like I say, it's more likely that there's going to be an explosive move in one direction or the other, and we just got to hope that it does go up. If it does sweep down, we've got, like I said, 208, 209 at the moment, and if we zoom right in, we can see that we're sort of surfing the center of the Bollinger Band since reclaiming it over this last, well, 8 hours really. So there is a chance that we move up only to get rejected from the top of the Bollinger Band. There's a chance that we go down and maybe even wick lower to this moving average. I would say at the moment the odds are in favour of at least moving up to $2.22. Probably get rejected there. There's a lot of stuff going on around there on the 4 hourly. But we don't want to know about these little baby moves, do we? We want the big one. We want the epic one. And so really, when you zoom out a little further, still facing the 4 hourly time frame, you can see actually this is just very much a consolidation that's taken place from its peak. It's actually been pretty tame, down, up, down, major support there, by the way, and then continuing to go down. Consolidation that's pinching with the Bollinger Band, waiting for an explosive move. Let's move it over to a daily then to see if there's any clues there. Because the 4 hourly, again, the momentum does suggest with that hidden bearish divergence, maybe a sweep down. But if we do go down, that support, that 208, 209 area is pretty good. You would want a little bit of that. Now, the daily, obviously, the consolidation you can see, and the major support down here is below $2. We're talking $1.91 if that were to happen. And again, you've always got to imagine what would happen if that were to break. So it's not that I'm saying that this is going to happen, but if it were to break, what would be the next major area? And it would actually be pretty catastrophic, to be honest with you. The next major area that I would consider buying would be down here at $1.10. Now, just recognize what I just said. I understand that someone out there is going to say he called for 110. I'm going to put a buy order in at 110, and it might never get filled for the rest of your life, and that will be it. And I'll be held accountable for that. That's not what I said. I didn't say that. I said supports on the way down exist basically from that 4 hourly that we showed, which is 108, 109. The 50 exponential, which is all part of a golden cross retest. Recognize that this is where Bitcoin is sitting on a 50 exponential on a daily. So still very bullish. XRP hasn't even touched it yet. So it's a really bullish chart still. But it doesn't mean that it can't come down to retest bullish supports, which is what they are. 191, and then again you lose that, then yeah, 110. It's on the cards. It doesn't have to happen, but it exists and it's there for a reason. It's for us to look at and go, okay, where would I buy this back? Where would I long this from? These are all areas that you have to sort of take on board. If you really want to go to the high term time frames, you've got to look at the weekly, and we're talking 178. I wouldn't really trust that. So we're really more along the lines of looking at like the 130. But again, 110 is the center of the Bollinger Band here. Your 20 moving average on the weekly. Again, massively bullish chart. Nothing more than opportunities from those levels. Now, you've heard me talk about all these areas on the way down. You probably think I'm like really bearish on it. I'm not. It's just a video, and these are just supports. This is what I would look at if I was to choose to buy XRP. Personally, I don't want to buy XRP. I've got enough XRP. I don't feel in any way enticed into buying XRP at the price of $2.18. That's not acceptable entry point at all. In fact, I wouldn't want to buy XRP above 60 cents, just because I've traded XRP for many years. I'm very familiar with the way that it likes to run. It does do big moves up, and I'm pretty sure it's got a lot further up to go. But the risk to reward, it's all about risk to reward, and the risk outweighs the reward here. It's just not an acceptable situation. I don't know where it's going to actually go. I've alluded to the fact of a new all-time high, maybe $5 at its top end, maybe the teens, maybe even in the $20 zones. This is all slightly hopium, clickbaity type figures. It's impossible to know where it's going to go. The fact that it's held this kind of value for this long does suggest it will continue to go up. And once you've broken through that, the previous all-time high, from years ago, 350, $5 very easy to achieve. Once you get to $5, $10 is actually pretty easy to achieve. And someone's going to say, well, I just calculated the market cap, and it would be completely irrational to imagine that the market cap of XRP would raise. I'm like, yeah, I'm not talking about that. The market cap goes up and down like a bloody yo-yo. So, yeah, we're not talking about Apple. This is a cryptocurrency still. The market cap isn't really a good reflection of price, right? It's just not. It will come and go, just like the price does. So don't give me all that. Talking about price action, and price action is determined by basically market buys, market sells. That's really it. That's it. Someone's willing to buy for more than it's worth, price goes up. Someone's willing to buy for less, sell for less, price goes down. That's how the candles are made. That's how price is determined. And the market cap for crypto is simply, for me, just looking at it, it's just a reflection of what it could be worth if it were to actually have some real value. Because we all know crypto. Let's face it, it's not as valuable as we think. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these horrendous bear markets where things retrace by 99% all the time. You got to recognize that, right? I'm sure you do. But yeah, long story short, it's a bullish chart, massively bullish, and we've been saying it's bullish for ages, and we've been waiting for this big breakout. This is once this has only ever happened twice before, but really this has only happened once before. And this breakout, we expected it, we saw it, we've seen it, we've broken out. We should continue to go up, and with the general idea that I've got for the rest of this market, the way it's going to go is that I think all crypto is going to break out very soon, either in the next few days or early next month. And if it doesn't do that, we actually might be in a bit of trouble at that point there. I'm not going to say it's a bear market, but continued consolidation is what we might be looking for. So, a lot hangs in over the next week or so, into the new year, because time for me counts for a lot, and I really do think that it has to kind of break out really any minute. My idea was that we're going to have a bit of a consolidation throughout this December period anyway, and we've seen that now. This is like the third week. We're about to close this week tonight. So that pretty much the majority of December has been down, as expected, by the way. And I think, given that this is one of the main reasons I think it's going to go up sooner rather than later, or it has to, because normally a consolidation takes as much or similar kind of amount of time as it takes for it to go up. So you go up for 4 weeks, you might be coming down for 4 weeks. You go up for 2 months, you should be coming down for 2 months. You go up for a year, you might be coming down for a year. That's usually the sort of behavior you'll see on a chart. So yeah, we went up for 4 or 5 weeks. We're now down for 3. Well, technically 4, I suppose, if you measure it from the wick. So we should be looking for it to end very soon. Maybe as soon as, well, tomorrow, next week. But we don't know. We have to wait and see. But judging by that 4-hourly Bollinger Band pinching, there is an explosive move brewing on XRP. I would expect there's an explosive move brewing across all of crypto. And those supports that I mentioned are the supports to buy if you're looking to buy lower. If you are holding, you should, I suppose, be getting reasonably excited about the prospects of where this is going to go. But I would also say that I don't think we have the power to continue to rally much beyond January. Now, once we've started this next move up, and if we get it, it will be big, like what we saw in November. Be similar, almost identical, I think. After that, we might be looking for another consolidation, believe it or not, and it might even be a bubble pop. We're not entirely sure. We don't know until we see it, but you always have to be guarded. And it's not for me to say sell massive hodl bags. I'm not going to be doing that because my overall analysis still suggests that we should peak somewhere around September 2025, really. So we should have a good 9 more months of this market overall before it really does find a massive peak. But that's a long way off, and there's lots of things that can happen, and you do have to respond to price action on a daily and a weekly as well as a monthly basis. So at the moment, it does look to me like it's probably going to break out and move up, and then we will find another significant peak where you might want to think about limiting positions again, just in a guarded position. Otherwise, this is just me. You guys do what you want. Right, so that will be that. That is XRP. That's the overall analysis. I don't really see too much point in trying to boil it down much further than that. It's a bullish chart. Bitcoin is a bullish chart. Most crypto has bullish charts, so we should expect bullish continuation. So I'm bullish on this as I am on everything, but it's not acceptable to pick it up at these levels. This is all part of what I'm imagining to be continuation at the beginning of next year. So over the next week or two, we really should be seeing higher highs be formed. So it's exciting as far as I'm concerned, but I could be wrong. And I'll be happy to admit if I am wrong. But at the moment, we have to wait, and that is part of the game. Right, I'll leave you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.